Support WrestleTalk!
Donate on Patreon.
What the heck is going on with WWE and Dolph Ziggler? The Zigzag Man, as Booker T once called him, had a pretty woeful 2017. He was used as the company's measuring stick for NXT talent coming in, which resulted in two awful feuds with Shinsuke Nakamura and Bobby Roode. But that was really about it. Then at the end of the year, something really interesting happened. Despite alluding to the idea that he was going to leave WWE in 2018, Dolph Ziggler shockingly won the United States Championship from Baron Corbin at WWE's Clash of Champions. This guy who's been a jobber to the stars all year long is suddenly the United States Champion. I suppose Jinder Mahal was WWE Champion for a lot of the year, so it shouldn't have been too surprising. What happened next though was even more compelling. Ziggler came out in a suit and cut a promo on the crowd, saying that they didn't deserve someone of his in-ring supremacy. He dropped the US Championship in the ring and seemingly walked out on the company. What an intriguing angle. All of a sudden the blue brand was without their US champ, and they had to hold a tournament to crown a new one, eventually won by Bobby Roode.
Ah, I see where this is going.
Fans around the world said,
"It's so obvious. Dolph is going to answer Bobby Roode's United States Open challenge and claim he's the rightful champion, leading to a feud between the two over the belt."
Which on paper makes the most sense. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense that he dropped the belt in the first place if all he's going to do is come back and fight for it again, but at least it's a storyline for Dolph. Only that's not what happened. At the Royal Rumble, like an RKO from out of nowhere, Dolph Ziggler returned in the number 30 position. And he did nothing. He was just eliminated and walked to the back. Then it was randomly announced on Smackdown that he would have a match with Baron Corbin, which was randomly amended to be a match where the winner would challenge for the WWE Championship. And now all of a sudden, Dolph Ziggler's in the main event of Fastlane. How did this happen? How did we go from Dolph relinquishing the United States Championship to doing nothing in the Royal Rumble and then gunning for the WWE Championship, apparently as a babyface? This has all happened in the space of just 7 weeks, and Dolph hasn't been there for half of that. It's a truly baffling turn for what has been somewhat of a disappointing run for Dolph Ziggler. A WWE career peppered with stop-start pushes. Just when you think WWE are finally going to pull the trigger on him, and they've had multiple chances to do so, they just give up and send him back down the card. We all thought it was going to be his feud with Edge, then his Money in the Bank cash-in on Alberto Del Rio, then his battles with the Authority. None bore any rich fruit. He's a fantastic in-ring worker, a great promo with a good look, but WWE have just never had any faith in him. For the last few months, there's been a lot of talk about Ziggler leaving WWE with his contract so close to being finished. Many theorized that Dolph could leave the company and rebuild himself on the independent scene, similar to Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre and even Chris Jericho to some extent. Make a name for yourself elsewhere, make a lot of money, and show why you should be considered one of the best performers on the planet. Then, if the time is right and the opportunity presents itself, return to WWE as a hot free agent and kickstart your career with all that momentum behind you. However, the rumor is that Dolph has been signed to a big money deal with WWE, reportedly $1.5 million a year, and this push could be part of that. But how far are WWE willing to push Ziggler? Is he going to be in the title hunt for the rest of 2018? Is he going to win the belt at some point? What plans did they have for Ziggler at WrestleMania? Do they have any? Or did they offer him a big money contract so he didn't go to New Japan, Ring of Honor, or Impact Wrestling? There are a lot of storyline holes with this random Ziggler return, which is something that really bothers me. He supposedly walked out on the company after winning the United States Championship. So in storyline, how was he in the Royal Rumble? If that was supposed to be his big return, why have him eliminated without doing anything? Why then announce him for a match against Baron Corbin with zero reason? Why the hell is he in the main event of Fastlane for the WWE Championship with absolutely no momentum? This is the reason Jinder Mahal's push never connected with fans. It never felt organic. One week he was a jobber for Finn Balor, the next he was WWE Champion. You can't go from Ziggler giving up the United States Championship after jobbing to Nakamura and Roode and not being on TV to a credible challenger for the company's most prestigious title. And don't get me started on how this hurts Bobby Roode's championship win now. Congrats, Bobby, you've won a belt with so much worth that this lad over here didn't even want it. Why would anyone care about that championship now? But that's another argument for another time. It's a real shame, but I think the boat has sailed on a Dolph Ziggler push in 2018. And WWE only have themselves to blame. That Money in the Bank cash-in we all remember so fondly, that was 5 years ago. He's been treading water since then. WWE are going to have to do some serious groundwork and rebuilding to get Ziggler back to any sort of credibility, because their own booking has left him cold and unwanted. Dolph said in a promo on Smackdown Live that he wants to main event WrestleMania. I'm not sure he's worthy of headlining Fastlane at this point, but what do you think? Let us know in the comments below, because after all, this is just my opinion. Ronda Rousey has joined WWE, and I think that's great. Click the videos on screen right now for more awesome wrestling content.